63136. And his prayer, Mr. Speaker, is for the House to intervene in getting his paid land given to him, which has been on for about 15 years. I crave the indulgence of the chair to lay this petition. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Please go ahead, sir. Any more petitions? This petition is referred to the Committee on Public Petition for further legislative action. Matters of urgent public importance, is my honor to invite Honorable AVM retired Ojo Rufus Adeni to move his motion. Is Honorable Rufus around?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. The Inya Sao Agbaki officer. See, and my honorable colleagues, I remain here Vice Marshal Ojo, retired, and I represent the good people of Ekiti South Federal Constituency 1 and from the Fountain of Knowledge, Ekiti State. I rise this morning, Mr. Speaker, in pursuant of Order 805 of our standing order, seeking the lease of the Speaker and the House to set aside our rules and to enable me to move a motion of urgent public importance concerning the flooding and death caused by Oruwo rivers in Igbaraodo Ekiti, in Ekiti South Local Government of Federal Constituency 1, Ekiti State. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder to the first leg of the motion? Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I remain Honorable Dixon Taki OON. I rise this morning to second the motion as heavily moved by my colleague ISO second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Second leg of the motion. Honorable Jajere.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Engineer Mohammed Buba Jajere. I represent the good people of Fika Fune Federal Constituency. I'm from Yobe State, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the second leg of the motion, ably moved by Air Vice Marshal Ojogu. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. AVM, please proceed.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I'm Air Vice Marshal Ojo, retired. I rise this morning to move this motion of urgent public importance concerning the channelization of Oruwo River in Igbaraodo Ekiti, area of Ekiti South Federal Constituency 1. The House notes that the collapse of the Oruwo River reservoir that was built about 20 years ago to address the water scarcity and to support irrigation has become a source of hazard to the people of Igbaraodo Ekiti and the surrounding communities. Also note that the reoccurrence of flooding, especially during rainy season, resulting in destruction of farmlands and claiming minimum of 3 lives annually, is a source of concern to this House. And the House is worried that if urgent action is not taken to channelize the Oruwo River and the rebuilding of the collapsed reservoir before the onset of another rainy season may cause further destruction and disruption of farmland and livelihood of the people in the communities. Cognizance of this administration focus on food security, it is imperative that channelization of River Oruwo and rebuild of the reservoir will provide adequate water for irrigation farming within and the local government area and the surrounding community. The House therefore resolved to mandate the Ministry of Environment, Ecological Fund, and National Emergency Management Agency to remove debris of metal deposit years ago and construct the reservoir and channelization of the Oruwo River. And 2, urge Committee on Legislative Compliance for immediate compliance to prevent reoccurrence. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Honorable Fatwa.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Speaker, the Agba-Akin of his land. I remain Fatwa Olushola. I represent the entire people of Ado-Ekiti, Irepodu, Ifelodun Federal Constituency, and from Ekiti State. I rise this morning to second the motion ably moved by my colleagues from Ekiti, Honorable Juawo. I so second. Thank you, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Environment, Ecological Funds, and National Emergency and Preparedness for further legislative action. The next motion is coming from Honorable Professor Paul S. Namchi. If Prof is around, please can you rise and move your motion?
Mr. Speaker, thank you. I'm around. Mr. Speaker, in pursuance of Order 8 to Rule 5 and subsequent sections, I rise. My name is Honorable Professor Paul Sunday Namchi. I represent the people of Enugu East and issues of federal constituency. We are from Enugu State, the coast city. Mr. Speaker, I rise in pursuant to Order 8 to 5 and subsequent sections to move that the rule be stepped down to enable me move this motion of urgent national importance. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Any seconder to the first leg? Honorable Ebikake.
Mr. Speaker, dear colleagues, I remain Marie Enedimiete Ebikake, representing the wonderful and good people of Brass Nembe Federal Constituency. I rise to second the first leg of the motion. So second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Second leg of the motion. Honorable Talba.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, my name is Engineer Bukar Talba, member representing Martin Mangonoganze. I am from Borno State. I here to rise to move the second leg of the motion, as by my colleague. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Prof, please proceed.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The amiable one. My name is Honorable Professor Paul Sunday Namchi. I represent the people of Enugu East and issues of federal constituency. We are from Enugu State, the coast city. The motion of urgent public importance is on condemnation of banditry attack on farmers in Mbuji, Ehamufu, Enugu State, and the recent withdrawal of deployed soldiers maintaining peace in the area. The House notes with grave concern the recent banditry attack on innocent farmers in Mbuji, Ehamufu, issues the local government area of Enugu State, which resulted in loss of lives, destruction of property, and displacement of residents who rely on farming as their primary source of livelihood. The House further notes that the Mbuji Hamufu community and its environs have in recent years faced repeated violence attacks by armed bandits and creating a climate of fear, instability, and food insecurity in the area. The House is aware that in response to previous attacks, the former Chief of Army Staff had deployed soldiers to the region to maintain peace and prevent further escalation, which significantly reduced the frequency and intensity of such attacks. Alarmed by the recent withdrawal of the military personnel stationed in the area, leaving the community vulnerable to further attacks and undermining the fragile peace previously restored. The House recognizes that the constitutional responsibility of the government includes safeguarding of lives and property of all citizens and ensuring that peace and security are maintained across the nation. Concerned that the continued insecurity in Mbuji and Hamufu not only affects the local population but also poses a broader threat to national food security as farmers are forced to abandon their farmlands. It has do resolve, first, to condemn in the strongest terms the recent banditry attack on farmers in Umbuji, Hamufu, and the wanton destruction of lives and property. The House observes a minute silence for those who lost their life on this task. The House urged the Chief of Army Staff to immediately redeploy soldiers to Umbuji, Hamufu, and other vulnerable areas within issues of local government area to restore peace and prevent further loss of lives. Third, mandate the House Committee on Army and National Security to engage with the Chief of Army Staff and other relevant security agencies to ensure the immediate deployment of troops to the area and to provide a comprehensive plan for addressing the security challenges in the region. 5 is to call on the federal government to intensify efforts in addressing the root causes of banditry and insecurity in the region, including improved intelligence gathering, community engagement, and enhanced coordination among security agencies. The 6th is to appeal, the 5th, and the last is to appeal to humanitarian agencies and the National Emergency Management Agencies to provide relief material and support for displaced persons and victims of this attack. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Any seconder? Honorable Nanchi, the chairman of, are you still the chair that I know?
Yes, yes.
Or you have retired?
Your Excellency, I'm not retired.
So please introduce yourself with your full designation.
Okay. Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. Nnamdi Ezechi is my name, and I represent Ndokwa Ukwani Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Delta State. And by the appointment given to me by Mr. Speaker, the chairman of matters of urgent public importance. Mr. Speaker, before I second this motion, I want also to the line of the chairman petition presenter that please try as much as possible to make these committees statutory so that we'll begin to function effectively. But on that note, Mr. Speaker, I stand here to second the motion, ably move my dear brother, Professor Nanchi. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. This motion is referred to committees on Army, National Security, NEMA for further legislative action. The last but not the least is a motion coming from Honorable Dr. Adedayo Samuel Adeshola. If Dr. Adeshola is around, please can you rise and move your motion?
Thank you, the benevolent Right Honorable Speaker Tajuddin Abbas. My name is Dr. Adeshola S. Adedayo. I represent the good people of Apapa. I am from Lagos State. Permit me, Mr. Speaker and my colleagues, to stand on our existing rules, Order 805, to suspend our rules to enable me to take this matter of urgent public importance on a motion on the need for intervention in the challenges of Nigeria bilateral education agreement scholars abroad. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder to the first leg? Dr. Gali, can you second after telling us the subject matter of this motion? I know you are very eager to support it. Your red cap is not for nothing.
Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, my name is Dr. Gali Mustafa Tijani. I rise to second this motion as ably moved by my colleague. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
What are you seconding? Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Second leg of the motion, any seconder? Any seconder is Honorable Tajuddin.
Thank you very much, my boss, the Honorable Speaker. I am the Honorable Karim Tajuddin Abisodu. I represent the people of Shaki East, Shaki West, and Atibo Federal Constituency. Right Honorable Speaker, I'm from Oyo State. I rise to second the second motion, the second leg of the motion. Right Honorable Speaker, I second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable Adeshola, over to you.
Right, Honorable Speaker, my noble honorable colleagues, I remain Dr. Adeshola S. Adidayo. I represent the people of Apapa Federal Constituency from the state of aquatic splendor and the very compliant federal character state. I rise this morning to move a motion of urgent public importance on the need for intervention in the challenges of Nigeria bilateral education agreement scholars abroad. Right Honorable Speaker and my honorable colleagues, the House notes the commitment of the Nigerian government to education and human capital development through the bilateral education agreement BEA initiative, which provides scholarship for Nigerian students to pursue education abroad. Cognizant that the BEA scholarship is a vital instrument for equipping Nigerian students with necessary skills, knowledge, and expertise in various fields of study to contribute to national development. Concerned that there is an increasing number of BEA scholars who are facing numerous challenges in the course of the program. Some of these challenges include delays in stipend payments and shortfall in stipend disbursement, reduction in supplementation allowances, accommodation challenges, health and welfare concerns, as well as late dispatch of new students to host countries that adversely affect their ability to focus on their academic pursuits. Worried that the financial and logistical difficulties encountered by BA scholars abroad are not only detrimental to their academic performance, but it also negatively affects the reputation of the Nigerian government's scholarship programs. The House is further worried that the lack of a comprehensive intervention from the Nigerian government, Nigerian embassies, and relevant stakeholders in addressing these challenges could undermine the effectiveness and sustainability of the BA scholarship program. The House resolves: 1. Urge the federal government through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to urgently intervene in the ongoing challenges faced by Nigeria BA scholars abroad by ensuring the timely and full disbursement of scholarships, funds, and living allowances. Number 2, prayer. Call on the Ministry of Education and other relevant government agencies to collaborate with the Nigerian missions abroad to set up a dedicated support system for BAO scholars, including providing them with timely information and assistance regarding their scholarship status. Number 3, the final prayer, mandate the House committees on university education and diaspora to look critically into the plights of students towards working out a lasting solution and report back to the House in 4 weeks' time. I so move, Mr. Speaker and my honorable colleagues.
Honorable Shetima, can you second, please?
Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, my name is Lawan Shetima Ali, representing Bursari Greater Municipal Federal Constituency. I hereby rise to second the motion moved by my neighbor, good neighbor from Lagos.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Tertiary Institutions and Foreign Affairs for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, the first order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish Federal University of Applied Sciences, Kachia, Kaduna State, and for related matters. Honorable members recall that the bill was transmitted by the Senate, seeking concurrence of the House of Representatives. The bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 28 November 2024. Honorable members will equally recall that the bill was transmitted by the Senate seeking concurrence of the House of Representatives. And I invite Honorable Julius Henry, the House Leader, to move that the bill be read a second time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I'm Professor Julius Henry.
Sorry, Leader, my attention has just been drawn to one of the prayers of the last motion. Was there any request for a minute silence? Was there? Honorable Adebayo, did you request for a minute silence as part of your prayers?
Mr. Speaker, I did. It's for
Okay, the motion before this one. Okay, so please, before we go for the first order of the day, let us observe the minute silence, please. Please, can we rise up, please? May their soul rest in peace. So, Leader, please can you proceed?
Mr. Speaker, I'm Professor Julius Henry, on one federal constituency, Edo State. I rise to move that a bill for an act to establish Federal University of Applied Sciences, Kachia, Kaduna State, and for related matters, SB 123, be read a second time. I so move.
The Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion as moved by the House Leader. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. With your kind permission, it's an establishment bill. We'll go ahead and put the question again. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to establish Federal University of Applied Sciences, Kachia, Kaduna State, and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee of the Whole for further legislative action. The second order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Code of Conduct Bureau and Tribunal Act Cap C-15, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2024, to insulate judicial officers from prosecution before being lawfully removed from office and enable public officers maintain foreign bank accounts outside Nigeria for the purpose of accessing funds while on official duties, to facilitate transactions for pressing family needs and auxiliary expenses and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Solomon T. Bob and Honorable Bello Isa Ambarura. Honorable members will recall that the bills were consolidated on Thursday, 21st November 2024. I will now invite Honorable Bob to move that the bill be read a second time. Is Honorable Bob Solomon around? He's not around. Honorable Ambarura, you are around. Do you want to take over?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My respected colleagues, I am Honorable Bello Isa Ambarura, representing Gwadabawa Ilela. Mr. Speaker, I am from Sokoto State. Mr. Speaker, my respected colleagues, I rise up to present a bill for an act to amend the Code of Conduct Bureau and Tribunal Act, Cap C 15, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2024, to insulate judicial officers from prosecution before being lawfully removed from office, and enable public officers maintain foreign bank accounts outside Nigeria for the purpose of accessing funds while on official duties to facilitate transactions for pressing family needs and auxiliary expenses and for related matters. HB 1178 and 1894. In this respect, Mr. Speaker, the ANZZO, I would like to crave the indulgence of this honorable House to allow this bill to go for the second reading. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder to this bill? Honorable Tijani.
Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, my name is Tijani Kayode Ismail, representing the good people of Ifelodun of Oyun Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Kwara State. I rise to second the motion heavily moved by the Deputy Chairman, Rules and Business. I so second. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. I think, honorable colleagues, because of the sensitivity contained in these bills, we need to really discuss about it. Let members be well educated about the intents of these bills. I would want to call on Honorable Ambarura again to make some explanations concerning the intents of the bills and what it intends to achieve.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Ianzazo and Wamban Kwandu, my respected colleagues, the purpose of this bill, Mr. Speaker, we all know today the problems that the public officers are encountering, particularly the issue of foreign bank accounts.
Now, are you being respectful, shaking hands with your senior brother? Please don't do it again.
So, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, considering the impediments or the difficulties the public officers face, particularly on the issue of school payments of school outside the country, and also the sickness. Because of the bottlenecks we experience today, one is not allowed to maintain a foreign account. So in this respect, that is why we try as much as possible to ensure that we relax the law of 2014 and to ensure that public officers are allowed to maintain account or foreign account to access the pressing needs of their family or needs, particularly in the area of sickness and school fees. So the essence is to facilitate the payment in this bill. That is what I am trying for, Mr. Speaker. That is the highlight I would like to give. Thank you.
Any comment from any member for or against this bill? Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
You can speak after him. Go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Honorable Folabia Fakwa, representing the South Federal Constituency. I'm from Ogun State. Well, I want to thank the mover of this bill. I'm of the view that if you are talking about foreign accounts, I don't think it's the right time to be thinking of foreign accounts because we can keep a domiciliary account here. Our exchange rate is already having a problem. And this thing is done to present the kind of corruption and some people that take money out of the country. The major problem this country is having is capital flight, taking our money out of Nigeria. And this bill will rather encourage capital flight, and that will not be in interest of all Nigerians. To me, we need to review this. This is not good enough to me as a person, because Nigerian, we must be able to protect the country. And this will allow capital flight in the country. And it's not in good interest of Nigeria. Thank you. That's my opinion for now.
Yes, Honorable, please make your comments too.
Honorable Speaker, respected colleagues, my name is Dr. Ahmed Yinka Aluko. I want to comment as one, it looks more of a constitutional issue. If public officers will be insulated from prosecution, that means you are giving them immunity. And I don't think, apart from those who have been given immunity in the Constitution, it will be right to give public officers any other immunity so as not to encourage more corruption. Two, allowing public officers to open or maintain a foreign account, just like my colleagues have rightly said. There is a room for domiciliary account, which makes it easy for every Nigerian to keep foreign money and use it abroad. Well, if this is allowed, it makes room for people to indulge in corruption and tell them to go and pay abroad. So in so doing, Mr. Speaker, I think this House should not be seen as encouraging what will really aggravate the level of corruption in this country. Thank you.
Honorable Bob Solomon, we are on your bill. I don't know whether you want to say something about the bill. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name remains Honorable Attorney Matthew Nwogu. I speak for the people of Abombise, Ngopala Federal Constituency.
Honorable Martin is Honorable Bob. Now is given the permission to speak.
Oh.
Do you have foreign accounts that you want to defend, Honorable Martin? Please go ahead, Honorable Bob. Has somebody on his microphone?
Okay, it's okay now. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and my dear colleagues. My name is Solomon Bob. I'm from the great state of Rivers. Yes, it's true. I have just looked at the other paper, and I can see something regarding consolidation of two bills. In the first instance, I don't think that the bills ought to have been consolidated because they deal with two different things regarding the Code of Conduct Bureau.
I have the same opinion.
My one is about insulating judicial officers, okay, from being arbitrarily removed from office, okay, without going through the required constitutional process. The other one dealing with foreign account is not my business. It's not my business. I have no interest in that one. So maybe...
Chairman rules. I think there is an issue here. If you look at the two subject matters, yes, they are not related. Why did we go for consolidation of these two bills when the subject matters are not related? Just a minute, please. Just sit down, Bob. Let him answer.
Mr.
Because
Chairman,
what is the correlation between judicial officers' issues with public officers opening bank accounts in foreign countries?
yeah, Mr. Speaker, with the volume of bills that we have at the moment, we have decided that bills that seek to amend one particular law, for in this case, the Code of Conduct, we bring all of them together for us to...
But I don't think if they are on the same subject matter. They are completely unrelated.
Mr. Speaker, you recall when we did the AI thing, the 5 of them dealt with different aspects of the AI. But we brought them all together as one, consolidated them.
Now let me tell you the implication of what you have done. Supposing somebody likes the judicial officers getting some immunity, and he doesn't like the issue of public officers having bank accounts. How do you separate when you are now approving?
Usually,
One
Mr.
can,
Speaker,
because of one, the other can be killed.
yeah, when we go through this lawmaking process, some amendments are usually made. Some things
Chair,
are said and admitted.
I think we have not done the right thing. What we need to do now, separate the two bills and represent them tomorrow.
As the Speaker directs.
Please. This bill will be stepped down by the leave of the House. The third order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish Federal Vocational and Entrepreneurship Training Center, Malamadori, Jigawa State, and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Abubakar Mike Eleman. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 10th October 2024. And I invite Honorable Eleman to move that the bill be read the second time.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, GCON, my honorable colleagues. I am Abubakar Maki Eleman. I'm from Jigawa State. I represent Madam Kaugama Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move a bill for an act to establish Federal Vocational and Entrepreneurship Training Center, Malamadori, Jigawa State, and for related matters, HB 1793, be read for the second time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My right honorable colleagues, I so move.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, respected colleagues. My name is Honorable Abdulhakim Kamilo Ado, representing with Dilgarko Federal Constituency. I'm from Kano State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion moved by my senior brother and a neighbor to the local government, Honorable Mikey Eleman, to be read the second time. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. This is an establishment bill, honorable colleagues. With your kind permission, we'll just go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to establish Federal Vocational and Entrepreneurship Training Center, Malam Madori, Jigawa State, and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on Alternative Education for further legislative action. The fourth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish Private Intelligence and Investigation Council to establish a regulatory framework that ensures the professionalism, ethical conduct, and accountability of private intelligence and investigation firms, standardized industry practices, provide accreditation and certification, promote continuous training and development, foster collaboration between private and public security sectors, enhance the integrity and effectiveness of private intelligence and investigation council services in contributing to national security and public safety and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Ahmed Satomi. Honorable members recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 24th October 2024. And I invite Honorable Satomi to move that the bill be read a second time.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable Satomi has requested that we step it down.
Okay.
Thank you.
This bill is stepped down by the leave of the House. The fifth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to provide for establishment of Federal College of Education Technical Ilefe, Osun State, and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Ajilisoro Taufik Abimbola, the Super Chairman of Naseni. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 27th July 2023. I now invite Honorable Ajilisoro to move that the bill be read a second time.
Thank you, His Excellency, Right Honorable Speaker, Iya Zalzal, the man that make it easy for me to laugh in 10th Assembly. My name is Honorable Taufik Abimbola Ajilesoro. I represent Ife Federal Constituency in Osun State. I am from the source, the beginning of black race. I rise for a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal College of Education Technical College, Ile-Ife, Osun State, for related matters, and I seek the indulgence of the House for this bill to be read second time. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.
Kabezi, the only Kabezi we recognize in this chamber.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished honorable members, my name is Honorable the Prince Akeem Adeniyi Adeyemi. Mr. Speaker, I am representing the Historical Cultural Center of Yoruba Race, Oyo Kingdom. I rise to second the motion ably moved by my fellow brother from our neighboring empire. They are formerly from Oyo Kingdom. Mr. Speaker, Udoyo, they are part of us. They are our son. We accommodate them. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Truly, Kabezi, they are your subjects.
Mr. Speaker.
They used to be your subjects.
Mr. Speaker, you know, they are from Western region to Oyo State. We now allow them to go to
undeniably
Osun State.
all under Oyo, I remember.
No, Mr. Speaker, for the knowledge of honorable members, I want them to know that when they left Oyo State in 1991, they were now called Osun State. Osun is the wife of Shango. Allah for you. They left the father, they went to the wife.
Well said, well said. Thank you very much. Those in favor of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is a bit. Honorable colleagues, again, this is an establishment bill. With your kind permission, we'll just go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is a bit. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable members. A bill for an act to provide for establishment of Federal College of Education Technical, Ile-Ife, Osun State, and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on Federal Colleges of Education for further legislative action. The sixth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Centers Act to provide for establishment of Federal Medical Center Damasak, Borno State, and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Malam Bukar Gana. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 5th October 2023. And now invite Honorable Gana to move that the bill be read a second time.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, my highly respected colleagues. My name is Honorable Bukar Gana Kareto, member representing Abadam Guzamala, Kukawa and Mobile Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Borno State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this afternoon to move a bill for an act to the amend Federal Medical Center Act to provide for establishment of Federal Medical Center Damasak, Borno State, and for related matter, HB 544, be read for second term. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Any Fulani man around that believes that Borno Empire was a dominant empire at one time of Nigerian history? Honorable Kumo, do that as a solidarity to the Borno people.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Usman Bello Kumo, member representing Ako Federal Constituency, I rise to second the motion ably moved by my servant from Borno State. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable colleagues, this again is an establishment bill, so we'll just go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Centers Act to provide for establishment of Federal Medical Center, Damasak, Borno State, and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on Health Institutions for further legislative action. The seventh order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish Federal Vocational Training Center, Riom, Plateau State, to provide full and part-time courses of instruction in different fields of study and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Dalio Cholom Form. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 21st May 2024, and I invite Honorable Form to move that the bill be read a second time.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker. The leadership of this House, 10th Assembly, my distinguished colleagues, I'm standing here begging my neighbors to support me to push for the second reading of the bill for the establishment of a Federal Vocational Training Center, Riom, Plateau State, to provide full and part-time courses of instruction in different fields of studies and for related matters. HB 1288. This bill is very important because my constituents are more or less craftsmen. It will go a long way in solving the economic challenges around my constituency. Thank you. I so move. For the second time.
A seconder, let me get a neighbor, Plateau neighbor, Honorable Bafa.
Most distinguished people, Speaker, my honorable colleagues, I am Aliyu Bafa Misau, FCNA, representing the good people of Misau Damban Federal Constituency. As rightly said by Mr. Speaker, I am a good neighbor to a colleague. I therefore stand to second the motion. The bill moved for second reading. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye.
Aye.
Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Again, it's an establishment bill with your kind permission. We go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to establish Federal Vocational Center, Federal
This bill is referred to the Committee on Alternative Education for further legislative action. The eighth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to provide for establishment of the Federal University of Education, Akwanga, Nasarawa State, and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Jeremiah Umaru. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 18th July 2023. And I invite Honorable Umaru to move that the bill be read a second time.
Thank you, Excellency. The Right Honorable Speaker, my highly respected colleagues. My name is Jeremiah Umaru, ACA. I represent Akwanga, Nasarawa, Egon, Wamba Federal Constituency from Nasarawa State. I rise to move that a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal University of Education, Akwanga, Nasarawa State, and for related matters, HB 117 be read for the second time. Your Excellency, I so move, sir. Thank you.
If you speak Chinese very well and you eat their food, all their delicacies, you can rise and second this motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I remain Honorable Jafaru Yakubu. I represent the good people of Bali, Gasol Federal Constituency. I'm from Taraba State, Mr. Speaker. I stand this morning to second the motion for the bill for an act to establish University of Education, Akwanga. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Again, is an establishment bill. We put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act provide for establishment of Federal University of Education, Akwanga, Nasarawa State, and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on University Education for further legislative action. The ninth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Nigerian Police Act 2020 to review the legal framework for community policing in Nigeria in order to ensure community safety, trust, and promote community participation in crime prevention efforts and to build crime-free communities across Nigeria by fostering intelligence gathering and sharing between communities and the police and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Afolabi Maruf Afupe. Honorable members recall that the bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 5th June 2024. And I invite the Honorable Afolabi to move that the bill be read the second time. Honorable Afolabi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Right Honorable Tajuni Abad, PhD, the only GCON speaker ever produced in Nigeria. I represent the premier local government in Nigeria and the crowd organization that's about the South Federal Constituency. I'm from Ogun State, the gateway to the nation. Mr. Speaker, I stand before you this morning to raise a motion for the second reading of a bill for an act to amend the Nigerian Police Act 2020 to review the legal framework for community policing in order to ensure community safety, trust, and promote community participation in crime prevention efforts, and to build a crime-free community across Nigeria by fostering intelligence gathering and sharing information between community and the police and other related matters of HB 1352. I hereby move for the second reading of this bill, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Akin Alabi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I'm Honorable Akin Alabi. I represent the good people of Egbeda on our federal constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Oyo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion that this bill be read a second time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable colleagues, because this bill contains some issues that we need to get more highlights so that we can take an objective decision. I would want to invite Honorable Maruf to give us some synopsis of this bill for members to be well educated before we put the question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The proposed amendment to the Nigeria Police Act 2020 represent a critical step forward in strengthening community policing and building trust between citizens and law enforcement agents across the country. The current Police Act, Mr. Speaker, does not provide an adequate and effective framework that accommodates the full potential of community engagement and participation in policing efforts. This amendment therefore aims to remedy that by creating community police corps as an integral part of Nigeria Police, ensuring that our community are adequately and efficiently protected and safe. What this bill is all about is that we need to engage our community if you want effective policing in the country. And how do we do that? Then we need to go to the basic by recruiting people of the community, to also allow that whoever that come in outside each of the community will be registered, and intelligence report will be shared across across all agencies. This will help us to be able to police more effectively our community. And as such, the incident problem of insecurity in Nigeria will drastically reduce. That is the import of this bill. And if this is done, the objective as follows, Mr. Speaker. This will create a synergy between the police and respective communities across the country. Secondly, it will enable active participation of the people in the task of crime detection and prevention. It will also enhance crime prevention through intelligence gathering and sharing. It will also help to promote and enhance public trust in the effort of the police and give an assurance of safety, and lastly, to promote transparency, accountability in crime prevention and control efforts. That this bill is actually talking about crime prevention. If you have enough information, if you have enough data, and we also involve our community, it will definitely reduce drastically the level of criminal activities in this nation. And we know that part of the major challenges we are having as a nation is insecurity. And this is one of the ways, one of the steps we can go in actually solving or nipping the bud this issue of insecurity. That is why I thought this is not only germane, it is very, very important to have this as a country to prevent crime. It's a prevention thing, rather than people to commit crime and be running at skelter. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Gadi, you want to contribute?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, Yusuf Adam Gagdi is my name. I represent Panshinkanke Kanam Federal Constituency. I'm from Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, all of us and any other parliament should be interested in security reforms, particularly the police reforms. Why am I saying this? If the Police Act will be adjusted on daily basis, the importance of that is to be able to address the internal security challenges that we are facing today. In other words, I mean, Mr. Speaker, that I am absolutely in support of amendment and amendments and amendments to the existing Police Act. We only succeeded, Mr. Speaker, in the 9th Assembly to adjust a version of a Police Act that was put to us during pre-colonial Nigeria in 1947. The Police Act that was repealed and reenacted and signed into law on the 16th of September 2020 was adjusted from a version of a pre-colonial Nigeria Police Act. And if today my brother is coming up with further amendment to the existing Police Act to ensure community participation, which I'm sure it is equally part of the complement of the present Police Act, I think it will go a long way in addressing issues of suspicion regarding to state policing. What am I saying, Mr. Speaker? If we have a structure in the Police Act that adequately empower community to be part of the police structure in times of intelligence gathering and co-policing the community together with the existing police, that will go a long way in providing and making our police very modern. Mr. Speaker, we know the responsibility of maintaining internal security in Nigeria have never been a prerogative and a constitutional mandate of our own armed forces. But because of the overwhelming nature of our own insecurity problem, we now allow our system to invite the armed forces to come and do the responsibility of the police. So what we should be doing is to consider bill of this nature add value to it, support it, strengthen the Nigerian police, make them to function and be responsible for the internal security maintenance of this country. Mr. Speaker, the danger of not empowering police is one. You have trained a military officer, either army, either navy, or air force, to maintain protect the country from external aggression, either by air, by land, or sea. He is not legitimately trained to carry the responsibility of internal security maintenance until we pay attention to strengthening institutions that are vested with the constitutional mandate of maintaining internal security. Do not hope, Mr. Speaker, that we have any way out to our internal security problem. So I support in total the position of my colleagues for coming up with other amendments regarding to the Police Act. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to add little value to this bill.
Honorable Isiaka.
Our listeners, representative of the entire Nigerians, Speaker, I'm Right Honorable Dr. Ibrahim Ayokunle Isiaka. I speak for the entire Nigerians, especially on this very matter. My source, despite being from Ifoiwekoro Federal Constituency, I'm from the fastest growing economic state in Nigeria. Proudly, I'm from Ogun State, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished honorable colleagues, there has never been any better time than now that we have this kind of a bill, ably being sponsored by our very dearest brother, Honorable Maruf, and coming onto the floor of this House. I'm sure individually and collectively we have always been inundated with requests by those that have even actually engaged to serve as community police in our respective federal constituencies. And I'm glad that we are having this on the floor of the House for us to contribute into. Mr. Speaker, community policing is so crucial in fostering trust and collaboration between our real law enforcement agents, not even only police, the coordinates of our real law enforcement agencies within our localities. We have the SSS, we have all of them, but we classify now them as community policing, as people that are the first source, even of information, to safety and security of our environment. They live very well among these people. Mostly they get the first line of, instead of us being reactive most times, their duties will now make the police and security agencies to be proactive in acting based on intelligence report they may have had before most of these devilish actions take place. And Mr. Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues, we need not just only to talk about how they should be recognized, and then we have legal framework on them. They should be adequately funded. Adequately funded, underline my very distinguished honorable colleagues, and then they should be trained as well on security intelligence and gathering and operations. And I'm sure this bill must have captured as well so many other garments of what is lacking in our immediate environment, because these are the people living with our chiefs, our battles, even some of the criminals, criminal elements in our society. They know them, and they can always inform the security agencies on time, whatever nefarious activities they want to unleash in the society. My very distinguished honorable colleagues, our own very speaker, I urge you all to be the champions of this very bill, despite being moved by one of us. I want us to be classified as champions of this very bill, and then to let us see it, how it can be speedily passed into law for this amendment, and by the two chambers, and then be transmitted to Mr. President for his assent. And I trust that no matter any gaps we may want to notice on this very bill, it is curable. So I appeal that we pass it speedily. Mr. Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues, thank you very much for yielding the floor to me, sir.
Thank you, my brother. I think we have heard from members representing urban communities. Let us hear at least the perspective from those representing the rural areas. It's my pleasure to recognize Honorable Jimmy Benson to tell us his perspective.
Right, Honorable Speaker, the Ian Zazao, our great ambassador to Algeria. Honorable colleagues, I remain Baba Jimmy Benson, representing the Miami of Lagos, Ikorodu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, this bill cannot have come at a better time. It has come at a time when the number of policemen we have is about 450,000. Whereas the private security firms, the halogens, the Axego, the civilian JTF outnumber the number of police we have, 450,000, plus the armed forces we have, about 200,000. These private security firms we have number over 1 million. Can we recruit members of our community into the police force? Are the infrastructure to accommodate our young people into the police force, are they seamless? Are there opportunities for our youth to join the police force? All these answers, if we answer this question appropriately, or if we can ensure that there's an enabling environment where our youth can be easily absorbed into the police, they will not be joining these private security outfits. There is clear and present danger in having private security companies having more men than the real state actors. It's today we know, Mr. Speaker. Tomorrow may be pregnant. So this bill, I think, should be passed with the speed of light and should also create a framework where our able-bodied youth, young men in various constituencies, including Ikorodu and the sister cities, Zaria, should have a seamless way of being employed in the police force. I so move, Mr. Speaker, and I recommend that this
I
bill
hope you are
pass with
also
the
including
speed of
Gwale.
light. Where, sir?
Gwale.
Gwale.
Where the chairman internet security is coming from.
Malamagori, Sada Solis, Jubia.
And Malamadori Abi?
Malamagori, yes, sir.
That's good to hear.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
I
sir.
think, honorable colleagues, we have taken enough comment because of time. We can go ahead and put the question now. Pardon? A little what did you say?
Point of order, sir. Point of order. Point of order.
I think unless if you are going to speak against the bill.
Point of order.
I've heard almost everyone that spoke in favor.
Point of order.
Unless you are going to speak against. No, there is no need. We have taken enough.
Point of order.
Are you going to speak against the bill?
Point of order.
Is there anyone who wants to speak against the bill?
Not against. Point of order, sir. Honorable Speaker, point
It's in
of
the
order.
favor, Abi?
Point
So
of order,
those who
Honorable
want to
Speaker.
speak against the bill can do it with their own vote when we put the question. Because
Point of
them
order.
constraint.
Point of order.
Point of order?
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
Order of following explanation. I want to call our attention to the fact that the bill at hand has been captured under Amendment Police Act of 2020. And I want to read.
What do you want to read?
The present Police Act in Nigeria, which was signed into law in September 2020, includes provisions that support community policing, and there are some of the key aspects related to community policing in the Act.
So you are saying that it is already captured?
It's already captured in the Police Act.
You're sure?
Yes. Yes.
Chairman Rules, what can you say about that? He's saying that the 2020 Establishment Act already made provision for community policing. Okay.
It's already well captured.
It's okay, sir. I think that's what you want to highlight, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Chairman Rules.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The current Police Act provides for a cooperation between communities working under the various DPOs, to provide community policing.
It's
But
just
this law-
cooperation? Cooperation, you say?
Yes. Every local community under the supervision of the divisional police officer encourages that cooperation with community policing. That's what the Act provides currently.
So what is new in this bill?
This bill is
What
to
does it
establish
intend
it,
to,
to give it
achieve?
legal teeth for the community to own as a separate entity. If we don't want that, we can vote against it, but that's what this bill is requesting, as different from what is in the Police Act.
Honorable Sada, are you going to talk about this issue or something else?
Yeah, Mr. Speaker,
Because we need to really
Yes.
understand.
I just want to further the explanation. What this amendment is looking for, there is an existing provision in the Police Act, but we need to review the framework so that, because the existing framework did not seem to catch the community participation to promote trust in the whole, in the ecosystem of crime prevention. Yes, there is a provision in the Act for community policing, but what is it geared to achieve? That is what this bill is trying to amend the framework so that it will have a broader explanation on how they will achieve the provisions in the existing Act.
Honorable Maruf, is that the intent of a bill?
Well, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I am aware that the assistance of this, but I was saying that to review the legal framework. Look at my explanation. I said we need to review the legal framework, and that's what I've done here.
But we were told that there is the legal framework already.
There is need for us to amend it. It's not strengthened enough, and it's not. Wait now. We are substituting. Wait now. I'm trying to substitute the part 14. Wait now. Part 14 of the Principal Act. Excuse me. I'm telling the part 14 of the Principal Act, Mr. Speaker. I'm trying to substitute the part 14 of the Principal Act. The part 4 is there, but I want to substitute it for make it more functional. We are not getting results. I've been there. Are we actually getting the result of this? And this will help us to get a better result. And this thing has also passed through necessary process.
It's okay, Honorable. Let's hear from other members. Honorable Kumo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Usman Bello Kumo, member representing Ako Federal Constituency from Gombe State. Mr. Speaker, I'm privileged to chair the Committee of Police Affairs that gave birth to the law we are talking about.
Order, please. Order, please.
In the 2020
Honorable Jimmy Benson, what are you doing at the back bench? Go ahead.
In the 2020 version of the Police Act, it's captured the community policy as a framework. What I expect my brother to come up with is a bill to further amend, to enhance that particular institution, to enable it police the country. But if we are talking about whether the 2020 version of the police has captured the community policing. Of course, yes, it is there, it's right in the Act as a legal framework. So my take is that 2020 version of the Act adequately provide for community policing. That's my submission, Mr. Speaker.
Okay. Honorable Gadi, after you, Gali, will speak briefly, and then Zakaria, and we'll close the chapter.
Sir, I just want to, my name is Yusuf Gagdi, I represent Pashinkanke Kanan Federal Constituency. I appreciate Honorable Bello Kumo for his intervention. But sir, I author the repeal and the reenactment of the Police Act in 2020. So I am equally qualified to speak about the provision in that bill. Sir, this bill need not to be killed, this amendment, this present amendment, because the bill states, and I quote, sir, a bill for an act to amend the Nigerian Police Act 2020 to review the legal framework.
Oh, to review.
If he said to review the legal framework, it means there is an existing legal framework that he needed to add value to it. Otherwise, I would have been the first to say that the bill should be killed. But it is equally wrong for us to say that the 2020 Police Act is a collaborative provision for Police Act, for community policing. No. The 2020 Police Acts are provided for community policing at all levels of government. From the ward level to the local government, it is in the bill, up to the state. But if you seek to review that legal framework, it is allowed for us to review our legal framework on daily basis. So I'm of the opinion that we should allow Speaker and allow this bill to scale through, for the purpose of reviewing so that he will add value to that provision.
Thank you,
sir.
Thank you, Honorable
Yes.
Dr. Gali. Honorable Billy, I think unless if you are going to say something new, you shouldn't be saying, repeating what we have heard from other members. So let's see, because time is
Right,
going.
Honorable Speaker.
And we have so many other things to do.
Honorable colleagues, I am Dr. Gali Mustafa Tijani Albasuga, Jingi Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Kano State. Mr. Speaker, in relation to this bill, we have to be very careful in amending this section. First of all, police public relation department exists long before now. And I know of recent, that's why there is a collaboration between community and the police, whereby the police requested the community that any person willing to participate, to be part of the constabulary, let him come forward. Currently, there are about more than 10,000 constabularies, which are community members in every locality, contributing to the police and the peace in that community. Therefore, this already exists. I think the issue should be how to point the police to do the right work. How can we renovate their barracks, their divisions? All they are dilapidated. I think this is the major issues rather than the creating another legal framework, because it is already exists. People has been helping the police. All of us have been helping the police in one way or the other. I think this should be a case that should be looked into or stepped down.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Oh, Billy, let Honorable Yampa speak. You speak last. Okay?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, my distinguished honorable colleagues. I am Doda Zakaria Nyampa, member representing the people of Madagali, Michika Federal Constituency from Adamawa State. Mr. Speaker, we all agree the need to have adequate security in this country to protect the life of citizens and properties of all Nigerians. Mr. Speaker, already in the Police Act, we have the role of community service, the people in the community, they collaborate with the police, which we all agree. In that community, there is definitely police-community relationship, which even in the police headquarters, we have that. My concern, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, is as part of the lead debate, the mover of this bill said community police corps. So it's an establishment of certain community police. So we should tread and understand carefully, because another body will be introduced by letting this bill pass through. That is community police corps. And this is where we need to compare notes, what we have, the relationship that the people have with the police, and where the other community will support. For sure, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, we want more security information. We want more development to the existing police acts. But the concern now is the community police corps that we are establishing by his law, by this law, if succeeded.
Thank you, Honorable. Honorable Billy, please, just briefly,
Yes,
1 minute.
Thank you, my honorable speaker, my honorable colleagues. I remain Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Famous Adesuwa Osawaru. I represent the good people of Orion Federal Constituency of Edo State, a very proud Benin chief. Yes, Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. I want to thank the mover of this bill, because as a representative of my people, Umwode and Orion communities is known to be rural. Mr. Speaker, I have moved motions on this floor severally regarding security issues, and where we have had to even stand up so many times for a 1 minute silence. Mr. Speaker, I think this is a good time to address a bill that really wants to look at the review of a legal framework. It is our duty on this floor that if we have a bill in place and it looks like it's not working, we have a right and duty to come back and review it. If there's nothing to be added, so be it. But if there's something to be added, it has to be reviewed before that can be done. And that is what this bill is calling for, to review the framework, the legal framework. And one thing I want to, point out here for my colleagues to understand, this will not cause this house any harm if we have to review a legal framework. You will agree with me that what we have right now is not working the way it was set up to be. That is why we keep coming to this floor for security issues. How banditry, herdsmen, they've been tormenting our people, terrorizing our people, and from the rural communities. This thing is very important right now. So there's no better time to talk about this bill than now. So, Mr. Speaker, again, I want to plead with my colleagues for us to pass this bill. All it asks for is review of a legal framework. So better things. That is the reason we are here. That is the reason we come here to represent the Nigerian people. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Chinda, please round up for us.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, my dear colleagues. Clearly, we cannot overemphasize the importance of security, and that's why we are all in support of this bill. But then, we must also understand that in reviewing the legal framework, there is process and procedure. So I think that the major thing that bothers me is that, firstly, the issue of community policing has been provided for under sections 113, 114, 115, and 117 of the 2020 Police Act. Are we amending any of those sections? And if you look at the compendium submitted by our colleague who is moving for this amendment, he did not specifically guide us as to the sections that he wants amended. That would have helped us to know properly the substance of what he intends to do. But because I would not be in a hurry to also agitate that this should be killed, I will pray that we step down this and look at it critically. Let us know the sections
of the law that he intends to amend, whether it falls in line, because we cannot be talking about rejigging the legal framework without specifics. If you also recall, we're also talking about state policing. It's a constitutional matter. These things should be looked at properly so that whatever decision we arrive at will be one that will not be against the laws that we have made. So I will plead and pray that we step down this, not to kill it, and review it properly in line with the existing laws and know the proper course of action to take. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Maruf, did you hear? What is your opinion on this?
Well,
do you want us to put the question, or you want us to step it down, review it, and represent next
well,
week?
I prefer we put the question, Mr. Speaker.
Pardon?
I prefer we put the question, Mr. Speaker.
We
put the question.
We put the question, right? Okay. Honorable colleagues, having heard the pros and the cons of this bill, we go ahead and put the question.
Yeah, let's. It's a one reading now. The thing, where do you see they have? They can go at the committee level. Well, at the pleasure of Mr. Speaker, whatever the decision is.
I think it will be better to remove any ambiguity or doubt in the minds of members. Let us give you 1 week.
Okay.
Go and look at these bills and get as many inputs from members as possible. I guarantee you, next week Wednesday, we'll revisit this bill and take the right decision. Okay?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. So, honorable colleagues, with your kind permission, this bill will be stepped down for further legislative inputs and they're represented next week. The ninth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general the 10th order of the day is a motion on the need to investigate the Abuja Rehabilitation Center and the social protection programs of the FCT, standing in the name of Honorable Bashiru Daudu. Honorable Daudu is hereby invited to move the motion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I am Honorable Dr. Bashiru Dawudu. I represent Oshodi, Isolo, Constituency 1, colleagues. I'm from Lagos State. I rise today to raise this important motion on the need to investigate the Abuja Rehabilitation Center and the social protection programs of the FCT. The House notes that on the 22nd of October 2024, the FCT administration declared war on street begging with the aim to restore Abuja's image and enhance security. The House notes that majority of the beggars are individuals with disabilities, with other contributing factors including Almajiri, internally displaced persons, poverty, unemployment, as well as cultural factors. Concerned that begging is an age-long standing social ill in Nigeria, FCT administration since 2003 have declared war on beggars and used law enforcement to apprehend, prosecute, or repatriate them to their own states. Worried that the Federal Capital Territory, worried that the strategy has failed because it provides only a short-term solution as the beggars soon return, probably in a changed location. Aware that the Federal Capital Territory has one semi-functional rehabilitation center in Buhari, which is underfunded and provides suboptimal services. Cognizant that lack of effective long-term solutions like rehabilitation, monthly survival allowance, almajiris feeding, and internally displaced persons resettlement will result in endemic begging. Also cognizant that if the lack of adequate funding and ineffective social protection programs persist, street begging will remain intractable. Mr. Speaker, the House resolves to mandate the Committee on Disabilities to conduct an investigation of the Abuja Rehabilitation Center and the social protection programs of the FCT and report within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? The deacon.
Thank you so much, that Honorable Speaker. Distinguished colleagues, I am Honorable Deacon Chike John Okafor, PhD. I represent the good people of Ehimembano, Yitu Boma, Obo Federal Constituency. I rise this morning or this afternoon to second this very all-important motion by Honorable Bashiru Dawodu. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Disabilities for further legislative action. The 11th order of the day is a motion on the need to upscale the lithium industry and value chain as a catalyst to drive energy sufficiency and economic growth, standing in the name of Honorable Victor Obuzo. Honorable Obuzo is thereby invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, once again for the opportunity to present this motion on the floor of the House. My name is Honorable Victor Obuzo. I represent the people of Ahoda West, Oba, Egbema, Ondoni, Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Rivers State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move this motion on the need to upscale the lithium industry and value chain as a catalyst to drive energy sufficiency and economic growth. Mr. Speaker, the House notes that Nigeria's vast mineral resources, including metallic ore, energy industry, construction, and gemstones, are deposited across various geological groups. Yet the mining sector remains underdeveloped. Mining was a major contributor to the economy in the 1900s, reaching a peak in the 1950s at roughly 4.5% of GDP. However, the industry declined as a result of the discovery of oil and gas. Currently, solid mineral mining accounts for less than 0.8% of GDP, which is much less
Honorable,
than
you
the
are a
average
policeman. For the DS to really tap your back,
almost 5%
you should thank God.
for the continent. Mr. Speaker, the House also notes that lithium, a reactive metal, is utilized in energy-dense rechargeable batteries, which are crucial for the global clean energy transition. These lightweighted compact batteries store more energy per volume, making them ideal for portable devices and grid storage. Mr. Speaker, the House is concerned that there are no definitive estimates of the country's lithium reserves. Despite exploration surveys commissioned by the Ministry of Solid Minerals Development under the National Integrated Mineral Exploration Project, NIMEP, significant lithium-bearing materials have, however, been discovered in Nasarawa, Kogi, Kwara, Ekiti, Cross River, Ogun, and Plateau states. The House is worried that the country is facing a pivotal moment in its mining industry due to rising global demand for the renewable energy, but is repeating past mistakes in the oil and gas sector by focusing solely on the upstream value chain, losing the opportunities that come with operating the downstream segments. Mr. Speaker, the price of high-quality lithium carbonate increased from $5,180 in 2010 to $46,000 in 2023, with a peak of $68,100 in 2022, making previously abandoned deposits economically viable. The IEA predicts global demand could rise 13 times by 2040. Alarmed that despite an estimated 700 billion worth of mining potential, lithium exploration in Nigeria remains poorly funded, with only a fraction of projects reaching full potential due to challenges in project design, construction, and production. Mr. Speaker, according to the Nigerian Geological Survey Agency, exploration samples showed promise, with minerals containing up to 13% lithium oxide content, while the global average mine ore contains about 1 to 2% oxide content. The House is concerned that the Solid Mineral Development Fund, SMDF, a sovereign fund aimed at catalyzing private sector investment in Nigeria's mining sector, has not made any significant investments in lithium mining. Mr. Speaker, the House resolves to urge the Ministry of Solid Mineral Development to cause the creation of the Lithium Production Agency in line with Part 2, Section 4P of the Nigerian Minerals and Mining Act 2007, with a mandate to develop a vertical integrated lithium industry, create a roadmap for developing the infrastructure required by potential lithium mines in Nigeria, and design the regulatory framework and legal framework governing the sector. The framework aims to establish a lithium value chain policy that links mining approvals to significant investments in midstream and downstream segments of the value chain. Mr. Speaker, the House also urges the Ministry of Solid Minerals Development to request increased funding of the Nigerian
Can you stand up for recognition?
Geological Survey Agency to enable it to carry out mineral site mapping, high-resolution airborne surveys, including radiometric and electromagnetic surveys, to accurately determine the quantity of lithium deposits in Nigeria. Finally, Mr. Speaker, the House mandates the Committee on Solid Mineral Development to carry out an investigative audit of the Solid Mineral Development Fund account from 2015 to date. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Amendment.
Any seconder? Honorable Cyril.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, my name is Hat Cyril Godwin. I represent the fabulous people of Bonny Degema Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Rivers State. I rise to second the motion moved by my brother. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Billy.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable colleagues, the man, Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Famous Adesuwa Sawaro. I represent the good people of Orionwo Ohunde Federal Constituency of Edo State. A very proud Benin chief. Mr. Speaker, amendments will be on prayer 3, and it should read, mandate the Committee on Solid Minerals Development to carry out an investigative audit of the Solid Minerals Development Fund account from 2015 to date, and report within 4 weeks for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Please, can you repeat?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, the amendment should read, this would be prayers 3, to mandate the Committee on Solid Minerals Development to carry out an investigative audit of the Solid Minerals Development Fund account from 2015 to date, as stated, and report within 4 weeks for further legislative action.
Any seconder to this amendment? Any seconder? Honorable Nalaraba. I would be surprised if a man from Nasarawa would not say anything. Eh?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My highly respected colleagues, Abubakar Hassan Nalaraba, OON, Sadaukin Lafia. I represent the good people of Awedo Makiana Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker. I am from Nasarawa State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this afternoon to second the amendment ably moved by my honorable brother, High Chief. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this amendment should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Those in support of this motion as amended should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Solid Minerals Development for further legislative action. The 12th order of the day is a motion on the need for the federal government to increase budgetary allocation to Nigeria's Tobacco Control Fund, standing in the name of Honorable Basi Akiba. Honorable Akiba is hereby invited to move the motion. Is Honorable Basi around? Please go ahead.
Your Excellency, the People's Speaker, very dependable leader, distinguished colleagues, Basi Akbar is my name. I speak for Kala Municipality, Urban Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm a proud cross-riveran. Mr. Speaker, with the leave and the leave of this House, I rise this afternoon to move a motion on the need for the federal government to increase the budgetary allocation to Nigerian Tobacco Control Fund. I so move. Thank you.
Any seconder? Any seconder, please? We didn't hear the voice of our very, very eloquent sister for a very long time, the longest serving female member of the House of Representatives. With your kind permission, let me beg her to second this motion without mentioning name.
Thank you very much, our amiable Speaker, the Ian Zazo, and the Speaker of the Nigerian House of Representatives, GCON. I am Honorable Khadija Bukar Abba Ibrahim, and I represent Damaturu Tarmua Gujibabulani Federal Constituency of Yobe State. And I rise to second this motion, ably moved by my colleague. Thank you. I so move.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Healthcare Services, Appropriation, and Legislative Compliance for further legislative action. The 13th order of the day is a motion on combating incessant banditry, cattle rustling, and kidnapping in Wurno, Rabah Federal Constituency of Sokoto State, standing in the name of Honorable Ibrahim Al-Mustafa Aliyu. Honorable Ali is hereby invited to move the motion.
Thank you very much. The Right Honorable Speaker, Ian Zazo. Honorable colleagues, I remain Ibrahim Al-Mustafa Aliyu, member representing Wurno Rabah Federal Constituency from Sokoto State. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I want to move a motion for the need of this honorable House to consider for the need to combat incessant banditry, cattle rustling and kidnapping in Wurnara Buffalo constituency, Sokoto State. Honorable Speaker, this is virtually the second time I'm coming under this very important issue. The first being through the matter of urgent public importance. But since then, nothing yet has been done in an effort to combat this very serious issue my constituents are facing day in, day out. I want this House to note that the security of lives and properties in the rural Afero constituency, Sokoto State, is at risk due to rampant criminal activities affecting education, farming, and businesses, and virtually, by extension, affecting the potentials of Sokoto State in that specific sectors. Also, the House should note that in January 2024, armed bandits attacked Rakaka Fulani, Tumbulla, Gawon Fulani, Koliel, Arba, Kuriya, Gandhi, and Raban Wurno, local government areas, killing citizens and causing the death of the wife and 2 children of a legislative aide. Disturbed that on the 10th March 2024, another bandit operation was on Brindle at Kuriya village, leaving over 200 persons displaced, 1 dead and another kidnapped, with several properties destroyed and numerous cattle rustled, creating huge distress to the families affected. Also disturbed, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, that the criminals carried out a follow-up attack in Sabaru village on the 10th and 18th of March, 10th March and 18th June 2024, causing property destruction, stealing motorcycles, and even battering some police officers, burning down their vehicles. Recall that in an effort to curb this disorderly attack in Wunno-Rabapero constituency, the 9th House of Representatives passed a resolution to rehabilitate the Rababa-Kura Road to curtail the frequency of this incident. Unfortunately, the road was not rehabilitated, causing continued criminal activities in the constituency. Regret, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, that September 8, 2024, a massive attack in Sokoto East, including Rabat, sparked increased criminality and violence, displacing people and combating some of the government structures, both completed and uncompleted, to camps, including schools, whereby displacing pupils and obstructing the normal school activities. Also regret that over 1,200 people have been displaced in that last 2 weeks due to increased bandit attacks, killings, kidnapping in Wurundapero constituency, with 33 abducted in Gododi, 11 in Mekujera, Riji, and 8 in Samia. Just yesterday, we secured the release of one of our political stalwarts after paying heavy ransom. In all this, we bear a lot of financial burden, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. Cognizant of that, if nothing concrete or tactical is done to curb this menace, the security situation in the constituency will deteriorate more. More lives will be lost and properties also will be destroyed, and eventually spread to the other part of the state. I want the House to resolve to observe a minute silence for the reports of the deceased. 2, to ask the Chief of Army Staff and the Inspector General of Police to mobilize security personnel to the affected areas and establish forward operation base or bases at Rara and Huchi towns in Raba and Wurno local government areas, respectively. 3, also urge the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to provide relief materials to the over 5,000 displaced victims in Gododi, Mekujera, Riji, Samia, Rara, Wurno, Gandhi, Lugu, Dimbiso communities in the 2 affected local governments. Also urge the Ministry of Works to include the rehabilitation of Rababa Kura Road in the 2024-2025 budget. Mandate the Committee on Army, Police, National Security and Intelligence, and emergency and disaster preparedness and that of appropriation and works to ensure compliance, Mr. Speaker. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Who has not spoken? The Chair Judiciary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I remain Mahmoud Abdullahi. I represent Agay Lapai Federal Constituency. I rise this afternoon to second the motion moved by my colleague. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the committees on Army, Police, and National Security and Intelligence, and Emergency and Disaster Preparedness for further legislative action. Shall we rise for a minute silence, please? May the soul of the departed rest in peace.
Amen.
The 14th order of the day is consideration of 4 bills standing in the name of the House Leader. The House Leader will move for their consideration.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Professor Julius Ihambere, Oman Federal Constituency, Edo State. I rise to move for the consideration of the following reports: SB 277, HB 671, SB 13, and HB 421. I so move.
Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that the House do resolve into committee of the whole to consider the said bills. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The 15th order of the day is consideration of 2 reports of Committee on Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring, standing in the name of Honorable Boma Guded. Honorable Waeve will move for the consideration on our behalf.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise to move that the House do consider the bills from the Committee on Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring, HB 1039 and HB 59. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Is the Deputy Chairman of this committee around? The Deputy Chairman of the Committee on Nigeria Content Development? No? Okay, let's get any seconder, please. Honorable Satomi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Engineer Satomi Ahmad. I represent the good people of Jere Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker. I'm from Borno State. I rise to second.
Honorable Jimmy and your group, please, can you be orderly? Please.
For the adoption
please,
of this
can you
Content Committee. I saw
what's happening
Mr.
there?
Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. The 16th order of the day is consideration of 3 reports of the Committee on Health Institutions, standing in the name of Honorable Amos Gomna Magaji. Honorable Magaji will move for their consideration. The Deputy Chair, please go ahead. Your microphone, please.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name again is Dr. Adeshola S. Adedayo. I represent the people of Apapa. I am from Lagos State. I rise this afternoon for the House to consider the following reports of the Committee on Health Institutions. House Bill 1191, House Bill 782, and House Bill 478. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Mohammed Bello Erufai, can you second?
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker. My name is Mohammed Bello El-Rufai. I represent the excellent people of Kaduna North. I'm sorry I was distracted. I stand to humbly second the motion moved by my brother. Thank you very much, sir. God bless.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The 17th order of the day is consideration of 3 reports of the Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions, standing in the name of Honorable Akim Adeniyi Adeyemi. Honorable Adeyemi will move for their consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable members, I am Honorable Akim Adeniyi Adeyemi. I'm representing the good people of Afiju, Atiba, Oyo East and Oyo West from Oyo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that this following bills should be considered on this floor today. Mr. Speaker, House Bill 655, Mr. Speaker, House Bill 887, Mr. Speaker, the House Bill 1111 should be stepped down. Sir, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I so moved.
Please, anyone who knows that he is a subject of our river leader here, Kansakon, he must be from the Southwest, who believes that he is a subject of his kingdom. If you don't choose, I will choose. So please, the Southwesterners, please, one of you can raise your hands and the second. If you don't, I know those who are supposed to be subject of his kingdom. I will do it myself. Any seconder from the Southwest? My brother, God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The South, the Agbaki officer, my honorable colleagues. I am Air Vice Marshal Ojuao, retired, and I represent the good people of Ekiti South Federal Constituency 1. I'm from Ekiti, the fountain of knowledge. I rise this afternoon to support the Alaafin in Council, or Alaafin in Embryo, on the motion that the committee report should be considered by the House. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. House Leader, please can you move that the House resolve to the Committee of the Whole to consider these bills?
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. I rise to move that the House do resolve to Committee of the Whole to consider the reports that have just been outlined. I so move.
Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. House do hereby resolve to the Committee of the Whole. Thank you, Madam.
Most distinguished colleagues, the first bill to be considered is for an act to amend the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation Act 2023 to make the corporation more effective, ensure its independence and autonomy in line with Section 1, Subsection 3 of the Principal Act, to bring it in line with current realities, best practices, and for related matters. And now I invite the leader to give us 1 minute synopsis of the bill. Leader, 1 minute. House Services, if you are in the House, try and see me. House Services Chairman. The first bill is National Deposit Insurance.
This bill seeks to amend the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation Act and essentially to ensure and increase its independence and autonomy to make it more effective in line with Section 1.3 of the Principal Act. It is to bring it in line with contemporary practices in the industry. I so recommend it to my colleagues. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Clause 1 to 5, Clause 6, Clause 6, Clause 7, Clause 8, explanatory memorandum, the long title of the bill. Honorable colleagues, the second bill to be considered is for an act to establish Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Obuofia, Akunau, Enugu, and for related matters. I invite the leader to give us 1 minute synopsis of the bill as well. Honorable colleagues, we'll be out of here by 2 o'clock, so let us focus so that we can get this done.
This is a regular bill to establish a College of Nursing and Midwifery and perform the regular functions of producing high-skilled manpower for our hospitals and clinics across the country. I recommend that we approve. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, the question is that clauses 1 to 39, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill be made part of this enactment. Clause 1 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 39, explanatory memorandum, the long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, the third bill to be considered is an bill. Give us the synopsis of the bill, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill seeks to establish a Federal University of Applied Science to produce high-quality teachers in the education sector in particular, promote advanced learning, promote academic and professional programs, award certificates, and contribute to the general technical infrastructure of the country. I recommend, sir, that we support this as a unique intervention in the education sector. I so recommend.
Thank you, honorable colleagues. The question is that clauses 1 to 28, schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title will be made part of this enactment. Clause 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 28, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, long title. Most distinguished colleagues, the fourth bill to be considered is for an act to repeal the National Examination Council, NECO, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, and enact the National Examination Council, NECO Establishment Act 2024 to provide for National Common Interest Examination, the Basic Education Certificate Examination, and the Senior Secondary Certificate Examination, making it compulsory for every Nigerian child, and to design the scope of the powers and functions of the governing board of the council and for related matters. Again, the leader give us the synopsis in a minute.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. This is a bill that has come from the Ninth Assembly, and I had the honor to be chairman of that Committee of Basic Education then. Essentially to strengthen NECO so they can better perform the duties for which it was established as an indigenous examination body. To strengthen it and make it more accessible to our children. I recommend that we pass it this time.
Thank you very much. Most distinguished colleagues, the question is that 1 to 30 clauses, schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill be made part of this enactment. Clause 1 to 10. (10 to 15). 15 to 20, 21 to 25, 26, 27, 'Most distinguished colleagues, the first report to be considered is that of the Committee on Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring on the bill for an act to repeal the Nigerian Oil and Gas Industry Contents Act No. 2, 2010, and enact the Nigerian Oil and Gas Industry Content Act to establish Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board and provide for legal framework, structures, and programs for the strengthening of Nigerians' content, the Nigerian oil and gas industry, and for related matters. I invite Honorable Wife to give us the synopsis of this bill.
Thank you, Right Honorable Chairman. The bill is simply to enhance the purposes for which this board was set up, to make it more Nigerian friendly, to reduce costs, attract investment. Honorable members should please support its passage. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Honorable colleagues, there is a big document, and I'm sure you have seen the copy. It has clauses 1 to 185, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. And why we shared it ahead of time was for members to go through it, and I'm sure you have done that. So I put the question, clause 1 to 20, 20 to 70, 70 to 100, 100 to 120, 120 to 130, 130 to 150, 150 to 180, 81, 181, 181 to 185. The schedules, explanatory memorandum, the long title of the bill. The second report to be considered is that of the Committee of the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring on the bill for an act to enact the Nigerian Content Non-Oil and Gas Sector Development Bill to establish Nigerian Content Non-Oil and Gas Sector Development Council and to provide for program structure for the use of Nigerian expertise made in Nigerian goods and services, economic diversification, and for related matters. And I invite Honorable Wife again.
Thank you, Chair. Please, I crave your indulgence to step down this bill. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Report step down. It was stepped down the first time.
It's my bill, actually. I'm the sponsor of this bill. It was taken today and is for clause-by-clause consideration. So,
no, I think it was stepped down by Mr. Speaker. Was it stepped down or
both were taken together.
This morning when we came in, one of our staff brought to our attention that on the 31st of October, that a similar bill was considered on this floor. So I sent for the votes and proceedings. And having looked at it, I thought I should step it down and go back and study the similarities. On the face of it, it's one and the same. That's why I decided to step it down, go and look at it again and represent. But the leader could want to.
All right, bill stepped down by the leave of the House. The third report to be considered is that of the Committee on Health Institution on the bill for an act to amend Federal Medical Centers Act and to establish Federal Medical Center, Afam, River State, and for related matters. I invite Honorable Lemos Magaji to give the synopsis of the bill. If he's now here, his deputy, but make it 1 minute. The deputy is now here. All right, bill stepped down by the leave of the House. The fifth report to be considered is that of the Committee of Health Institution on a bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Center Act and establish Federal Medical Center Oshobo, Osun State, and for related matters. I invite Honorable Amos Magaji to give a synopsis of the bill or the deputy. If they are not here, bill stepped down by the leave of the House. The sixth report to be considered is that of the Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions on the bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, Act Cap A12, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, to make provision for the establishment of National Institute for Oil Palm Research, Ijebu-Igbo, Ogun State, and for related matters. And I invite Prince Hakeem Adeni Adeyemi to give 1 minute synopsis of this bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm Honorable Prince Hakeem Adeni Adeyemi. Mr. Speaker, this bill has undergone the public hearing, committee sat, report adopted, report laid on this floor, so the bill is presented for consideration.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, just 3 clauses, clause 1 to 3, and the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill that they be made part of this enactment. And I put the question, clause 1 to 3, schedules, explanatory memorandum, long title of the bill. Most respected colleagues, the 7th report to be considered is that of the Committee of Agricultural Colleges and Institutions on the bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, Act Cap A12, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, to make provision for the establishment of Federal College of Agriculture and Vocational Studies, ACO, Nike, Enugu State, and for related matters. I invite Honorable Hakeem Adeni Adeyemi to give the synopsis of the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This bill has undergone the public hearing. The committee has approved the report. The report has been laid on this floor. This bill is now presented for consideration. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Bill, and I ask the question. Clause 1 to 3. Clause 1 to 3. Shadows. Explanatory memorandum. The long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, the 8th report to be considered is that of the Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions again, on the bill for an act to establish Federal College of Agriculture, Agela, Benue State, that shall provide full-time courses of agriculture, teaching, instruction, and training in sciences and social sciences, commerce, arts, applied sciences, Management and Humanities, and carry out research, innovation, development, and adaptation of teaching techniques and for related matters, 2024. And I invite Honorable Hakim again to give us 1 minute synopsis of the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished colleagues, this bill has been stepped down, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Say that again. You want to step down?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, has been stepped down.
Okay, bill step down by the leave of the House. If I may ask, why was that bill stepped down? Has the process not been completed? What is the name? Let's correct the name. Is it for the Ogun State? Is the one for Ogun State? Okay. What of this? Thank you. Leader, please move that the House revert to plenary to report progress.
Mr. Chairman, thank you for a great and quick job. I rise to move that the House do revert to plenary and for the chairman of the committee of the whole to render a report to the House.
Thank you. Minority Leader.
Mr. Chairman, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion as moved by the House Leader. I so second.
Those in support of this motion that we revert to plenary to report progress, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby reverts to plenary to report progress. Thank you. Clerk. Most respected colleagues, this is the chairman's report from the Committee of the Whole. The House and Committee of the Whole considered a report on the bill for an act to amend the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation Act 2023 to make the corporation more effective, ensure its independence and autonomy in line with Section 1, Subsection 3 of the Principal Act to bring it in line with current realities and best practices and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 8, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, it is the chairman's report from the Committee of the Whole that the House and Committee of the Whole considered a report on a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Obuofia, Akunano, Enugu, and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 39, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, it is the chairman's report from the Committee of the Whole that the House and the Committee of the Whole considered the report on the bill for an act to establish Federal University of Applied Sciences, Kachia, Kaduna State, and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 28, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Most respected colleagues, it is the chairman's report from the Committee of the Whole that the House and Committee of the Whole consider the report on the bill for an act to repeal the National Examination Council, NECO, Establishment Act, Cap N37, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, and enact the National Examination Council, NECO Establishment Act, 2024, to provide for National Common Entrance Examination, NCEE, the Basic Education Certificate Examination, BECE, and the Senior Secondary Certificate Examination, internal, SSCE, one compulsory for every Nigerian child, and to design the scope of the powers and functions of the governing board of the council and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 30, the schedules, the explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, the chairman's report reads that the House and Committee of the Whole consider the report of the Committee on Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring on the bill for an act to repeal the Nigerian Oil and Gas Industry Content Act No. 2, 2010, and enact the Nigerian Oil and Gas Industry Content Act to establish Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board and provide for legal framework, structures, and programs for the strengthening of Nigerian content in the Nigerian oil and gas industry and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 185, the schedules and explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Most respected colleagues, it is the chairman's report that the House and Committee of the Whole consider the report of the Committee on Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring on the bill for an act to enact the Nigerian Content Non-Oil and Gas Sector Development Bill, to establish Nigerian Content Non-Oil and Gas Sector Development Council, and to provide for program structure for the use of Nigerian expertise made in Nigeria, goods and services, economic diversification, and for related matters, and deferred consideration of report for further legislative action. Chief Whip, please call Cyril Hart and Co. not to back the maize. It is against our code to back the maize.
Honorable Jure, be guided.
When a section is on, please, members, don't back the maize. Thank you. And deferred consideration of report for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, it is the chairman's report from the Committee of the Whole that the Committee of the Whole considered the report of the Committee on Health Institutions on the bill for an act to amend Federal Medical Centers Act and to establish Federal Medical Center, Afam River State, and for related matters, and deferred consideration of the report for further legislative action. My respected colleagues, it is the chairman's report that the House and the Committee of the Whole consider the report of the Committee on Health Institutions in the bill for an act to provide for establishment of Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Ikosu Mobile Local Government Area, Ekiti State, and for related matters, and deferred consideration of the report for further legislative action. It is the chairman's report from the Committee of the Whole that the House and the Committee of the Whole consider the report of the Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions in the bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act, Cap A12, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to make provision for the establishment of Nigerian Institute for Oil Palm Research, Ijebu, Ogun State, and for related matters, and deferred consideration of the report for further legislative action. Most distinguished colleagues, the House and the Committee of the Whole consider the report of the Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions on the bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigerian Act, Cap A12, Laws of Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to make provisions for the establishment of Federal College of Agriculture and Vocational Studies, Akonike, Enugu State, and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 3, schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. The bill on Aguila, Benue State, has been considered previously, so it was deferred for consideration. Leader, please move that the House do adopt the report of the Committee of the Whole as a working instrument of the Parliament.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the House do adopt the reports from the Committee of the Whole as ably rendered by Mr. Speaker, and that they become working documents of Parliament. I so move.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion as very well moved by the House Leader. I so second.
Motion that we do adopt the report of the Committee of the Whole as a working instrument of the Parliament has been moved and seconded. Those in support of it say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The report of the Committee of the Whole is hereby adopted as a working instrument of the Parliament. Leader, having gone through all we have to do today, may I invite you to move that the House do adjourn sitting to tomorrow's same time, same place.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Professor Julius Ihonvere, O1 Federal Constituency, Edo State. I rise to move that the House do adjourn plenary to tomorrow, 11 a.m., same venue. I so move.
Thank you. Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that the House do stand adjourned to tomorrow.
Thank you very much. The motion for adjournment of this House has been moved. For us to adjourn till tomorrow, same time, same place, it has been seconded. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The House stands adjourned till tomorrow, same time, same place.